so now we're going to be graphing the tangent function, and for the tangent function, the variables are the same, a, b, h, and k. So to find these, you're going to look at your function, and you can see that 3 is a, b, again, is already factored out for us, so it's 2, h is pi over 4, and it's not a negative pi over 4 because this is already, like, the equation would be x minus h. So if it was a positive h, then it would be a negative 1/4, and since it's a negative 1/4, then it's a positive 1/4 is h. And then k is 1. So the amplitude is equal to the absolute value of a, so you can see that that is 3. And then the reason I have 2 periods here is because there's going to be 2 periods that we use whenever we're looking at the tangent function. The first one is what we're going to use whenever we're graphing it, and the second one is the actual period of the tangent function. So the first one, we're going to be using the period that we use whenever we're graphing cosine and sine, which is 2 pi over b. And 2 pi over b for this function is equal to pi. And then the tangent period of this is going to be pi over b, which is equal to pi over 2. So the tick mark width, what we're going to use is this period right here. So that's going to be that period divided by 4, which is pi over 4. And then the first tick mark is going to be h. So that's pi over 4 again. And then we're going to just keep adding pi over 4 to that first tick mark and get our second, third, fourth, and fifth tick mark. So that's going to be pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, and then pi and 5 pi over 4. Okay, so the tangent function relates to the cosine function because where the cosine function of our tangent function reaches the midpoint, there's going to be an asymptote for the tangent. So what we're going to do first is we're going to plot the points of what the cosine would be for this one. So you're going to start at your starting point, which is pi over 4, and you're going to put a point at your max, and then you're going to go over and put it at your at your middle, and then at your min, and then you're just going to keep doing that. So now you're going to look at where the function is equal to, where the y of that function is equal to 1, which is the midpoint. And you're going to see that there is 1 whenever x equals pi over 2. So there's an asymptote there. And then there's 1 whenever x is equal to pi. There's an asymptote there as well. And there's arrows on the end of the asymptotes because they go on forever. So next, to draw your tangent function, you're going to put your first point halfway in between the asymptote and the tick mark. So you're gonna put it at the min, and then you're gonna put it at the tick mark, and then halfway in between the asymptote and the tick mark on this side, and you're gonna put it at the max. And it's gonna kind of look like a cubic function, so it's gonna look like this. And then you're gonna do the same thing. And the same thing again. And that is graphing one period of the tangent function.